Hey, what's up, y'all? I had skipped out on doing the majority of this book. And I was like, man, you know what? I need to finish up the book. So I'm going to get directly into the most important aspect of it. And that is the 25 keys. And when I wrote this, remember, it was over 10 years ago. So a lot of these points may not be as relevant as they were 10 years ago, but they all will have some value. I'm reading this after having written this thing a long time ago. So if there are points where I stutter or stammer, I apologize. Just kind of roll with it. But let's get into it. So the 25 keys, I called it Let's Get Your Janitor On. Now, if you don't understand why I said let's get your janitor on, and if you ever, whatever high school you went to, if you guys had a custodian that was there, they always have these big key rings, and they would have all of these keys on there. All of those keys served a purpose for that, custodian, and they had to do different jobs. With a person that's trying to start a business, when you're trying to start a business, you're basically functioning like a janitor or a custodian, man. You have to have a key to marketing, a key to product, a key to inventory, a key to management, everything that encompasses whatever that business needs. When you're first starting out, you have to be the person for everything. And honestly, it doesn't change, man. So after being at this for a very long time, I have to say, man, if you are a person who's serious about trying to become an entrepreneur, don't just do it because it's cool. Because, you can go through 10 years in the blink of an eye. And it just goes so quickly. You can make tons of money and you can lose a lot of money. There's no consistency. So you're going to have to erase the idea of having a retirement and things like that. And you're going to have to fight and scrape and build a plan to have money for the end of your career whenever that happens. The beautiful thing about entrepreneurship is you can do it until you leave this place, this plane of existence. You can do it forever. You don't have to stop because there's always something that you can provide to someone. But get your janitor on. 25 keys. 25 keys. Let's get it. Key point 1, be creative. Now, like I said, I hadn't read this in 10 years, so just go with it and let's just follow along. There isn't any such thing as a stupid idea. If somebody tells you to create a fart catcher, passing gas. If someone tells you to create a fart catcher, sit down, think about if you can be passionate about it. And I'm not kidding. Creativity is the realm of childhood and the dreams that you have when you are young. Those dreams become the memories that kind of just dissipate due to inactivity. People forget how to be creative. Sit down if you have a kid. Watch your child play with Lego blocks. Children have this knack for creativity, and they can sit for hours building bridges and playing in imaginary worlds. When we get older, people tell us to stop playing games and get serious. The only thing getting serious does is it makes you overweight, tired, stressed, and angry. What I'll do is challenge you to keep a journal for a month, and in that journal, write down every odd, crazy idea you can think of that you can be passionate about. Write down the ones that you can't get excited about as well. The goal is to be creative. Take the time, keep a journal, write down every thought you have. Doesn't matter how crazy it is. Write it down. Key point 2, capitalize on opportunities. Sometimes people approach you with ideas, but you're so consumed with work that you pretty much blow off the idea. Someone can be interested in giving you the tools to launch your own business, but these are comments that people will make. Man, I ain't got time for that. When I get home, all I want to do is relax. It's not that easy. It's easier said than done. Man, I got to pay these bills. Now, there's a whole list of other phrases and words to explain why people fail to take action. The thing is, though, none of those phrases are as serious as not capitalizing on opportunities. When a person makes any statement of negativity, the mind produces the reaction. So in a sense, your reality is what you have made it. There are often workshops or events that promote entrepreneurship. Sitting at home and pretending to be busy is a lot easier than getting up and acting on those opportunities that are presented. Honestly, are you really that busy? Probably not. Capitalize on any opportunity that there is out there. Don't just push it to the side. If someone asks you to go somewhere, go. You never know who you're going to meet or what you're going to learn. Key point 3, stay in your lane. Tunnel vision, yo. Once you've decided to try one of your ideas, it's going to be tempting to try other things that look like they are working for other people. You may see a friend or an associate selling flowers and making pretty good money. So you start thinking, I can do that too. The thing about doing this is you take that kind of action because you see someone else doing something and it leads you off of your path. Your business may be mobile detailing for vehicles, and that's a good business. You could add selling air fresheners to that job. But if you decide to sell tamales and do mobile detailing, that would be way out of your lane. Stay focused on the idea that you believe in and learn as much as you can about it. Then place the time and effort into that idea. Don't weave in traffic unless you want the idea cops to pull you over for drunk thinking. That should actually be for people on the highway too. I'm so sick of seeing Challengers and Chargers and weaving in and out of. Slow down. Key point 4. You need a business plan. You need a business plan. While this book, right, I didn't really cover business plans, I'm adamant about the importance of organization. The reason I made so many mistakes with my businesses throughout the years is because I failed to analyze my market and understand all of the terminology and things and to create projections that would enable me to generate a better path through the wilderness of small business. When I began developing my sneaker company, the second time around, I took 1 year to develop contacts and those ideas, and then I established Arch, which was my second shoe company. I included in the plan of action the fact that I would have to grow slowly because I did not want to create debt. Arch was a decent business. Now, this isn't in the book. I'm talking out of the book here. The reason Arch failed was because of my stupidity. I had a hit shoe, the second iteration of my running shoe designed by Ian Gale. The thing was selling fantastic. I had made it in 6 different colors. I had people in warehouses wearing the shoes. It was amazing. I outsmarted myself and went and made a casual shoe for no apparent reason at all. I should have milked that shoe forever. And because I was so small, I thought that I needed to do all of these different things, and I didn't need to do it. I should have stuck with that shoe. Because think about it like this. Air Force Ones have been made for 40 years in millions of colors. Nobody gets tired of an Air Force One. A good product is a good product no matter what. Don't allow yourself to fool yourself into thinking you can switch or add more to it right away. Don't do that. That was my big mistake, and that's why Arch isn't a shoe company or a sneaker company anymore. It's a consulting company now, but that's why it crashed and burned. So when I would first set it up, I had the failed experiment of Show Shot to pull from, and I was like, I'm not going to create debt. And I expanded my plan, which included creating a sneaker shop that carried more than just my brand. Now that part of the business is still going. My business plan, though, is over 40 pages long. You can get it. If you want to get it, you can leave a comment and I'll send you a copy of an old business plan that I have if you've never written one before, because you definitely need guidance on writing a business plan. But that business plan includes purchase forecast, sales forecast, marketing strategies, and of course a mission statement and my personal story. And I developed that personal story based on reading the book Primal Branding. And you guys should all read Primal Branding. If you're talking to someone about business and you ask them if they have a business plan and they don't, get the hell away from them as quickly as possible and as nicely as you can. Now, run away also if the person tells you they don't revise and add to their plan every now and then. And I'd like to add this also. Spending too much time on a business plan can prevent you from ever actually starting your business. So find a happy medium there, but do a business plan. Do a business plan. Key point 5, and that's going to end this video because I don't want this to be so long. It's 25 key points. This is 1 through 5. I'm going to stop it on this one. But key point 5, learn to do some things yourself. If you're going to start a business, that's critical because everybody doesn't have a rich uncle or an aunt or cousin or someone to give them funding, and you're not going to be able to get a business loan. So you're more than likely going to be starting your business all out of the money that you have. And if you're starting a business, 9 times out of 10, it's because you need extra money and you don't have any. Learn to do some things yourself. Let's say you have decided to start your own photography service, right? You've gone to school as an art major and you learn to shoot videos and film as an elective. You really enjoy photography and it's your passion, right? Photography is one of the fastest changing forms of media around. Every week, a new product arrives that can take a picture and make the picture better, brighter, and clearer. The knowledge that you learned a month ago can be obsolete within 2 months after learning that material. That's not even a joke, and especially when you consider that Instagram is here now and people are becoming influencers and getting deals, and you can just use your phone, shoot something, and put it up on Instagram and become a model. Things have changed. Entrepreneurs are in the unique position to be their own bosses, and this is good and bad. It's good because you can make the decisions and deal with the consequences. It's bad because sometimes you don't know the answer. The cool thing about not knowing is that it provides a learning opportunity. You can pay someone to do a particular job for you, or you can pay for a program like it used to be Apple at the Apple Store. One-to-One was a program where you could go in and you could learn at an Apple retail store, and you could learn the software for Aperture was what it was called back then. And remember, this is older, but you can get it in one-to-one program at an Apple store, and you can go in every week for a lesson on Aperture. But I think Aperture's gone now. But you can learn some software that helps you to improve your photography. All right. Now, if you're a photographer, right, what better way to learn a new program than to sign up for a consultation and learn to do it yourself? Now, if you don't have the money, YouTube University is your friend. No lie. My shifter switch went out on my truck, and I was like, man, that's irritating. YouTube University. I went, watched the video, and pulled the entire center console out of my truck and replaced the switch myself. It cost me $22. In my previous truck, because I buy the same exact truck over and over again, in my previous truck, it would have cost me $500 to take it to the dealership, which is what I did with the previous truck. This time it cost me $22, and the hour that it took me to pull the center console out and get the part out, and then just a day waiting for the part to come in, and then it took me 30 minutes to put it back and get it all assembled, and the joint's working like a dream. I feel like just a G. Anyway, you got to learn how to do it yourself, and YouTube University will help you. The difference between a real entrepreneur and a poser is that a poser will tell you that they don't have time to learn to do it themselves. A real entrepreneur realizes that they have to wear many hats, and that the best way to get something done until you are really in a position to hire help is to do it yourself. I've saved myself easily $10,000 because I taught myself to run my own website. What kind of business person wouldn't want those savings?